All right, so let's go over our different neurotransmitters and let's look at them, see what they are, and make sure we kind of know what they do. Okay, so one of the big ones is acetylcholine or ACH. Okay, know that it's excitatory, so it's going to help speed up neural activity, cause your neurons to fire. Know that that's muscle function, learning, and memory. If you have too much, because it deals with memory, it's going to cause Alzheimer's. Okay, so you can know that curane and Voltaren are antagonists. Agonist is caffeine. Okay, so remember, agonists are things that mimic, antagonists are things that are going to block. Then you have dopamine, which is inhibitory, and that's mood and emotional control, arousal. Too much of it causes schizophrenia and drug addiction. Too little causes Parkinson's. So with the drug addiction, this is where most of our drugs from our drug chart can be found. So it's going to be like heroin, okay, which is highly addictive, marijuana, meth, okay, cocaine. So all of these things that are highly, highly addictive, okay, that goes with dopamine. All right, serotonin is our sleepy drug. It's inhibitory, okay, so it deals with hunger and sleep. If you have a surplus, it can cause hallucinations, okay, and this is where you can find LSD. Remember, it's also an agonist or an antagonist because there's different receptors, so it just depends. You need to know SSRIs, which are selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So what's going to happen if you are not producing enough serotonin, what SSRIs do is they prevent the reuptake of serotonin into the vesicles, and so that way they're going to stay floating around in your synapse. And then drugs that deal with serotonin were ecstasy and LSD. Okay, so the hallucination ones, even though ecstasy is a stimulant, but still. Okay, you have, I don't know why my line's not there. You have norepinephrine, which is your excitatory. Okay, this is like your fight or flight. This is also like epinephrine. You have noradrenaline. Okay, so it's alertness and arousal. Too much causes anxiety. Too little is mental disorders. So like you have Adderall. You can also see meth over here as an agonist. Cocaine can also be an agonist because of what it's doing. Okay, GABA is inhibitory, and this is our main inhibitory neurotransmitter. When we did the drug things, we talked about inhibitory neurotransmitters, and it regulates sleep and wake, like your sleep and wake cycles. Too much is sleeping and eating disorders. Too little is Huntington's disease, which is seizures. Alcohol you need to associate with GABA because it's an agonist, but you also need to associate alcohol with glutamate, okay, which is long-term memory and learning and excitatory, okay. So make sure we know that alcohol goes with GABA and glutamate. Then you have your endorphins, which are your natural pain control. They give you positive emotions. Heroin is also going to mimic endorphins, and so it's this artificial high. So depending on what your body is dealing with, then they can prescribe opiates. So again, like morphine, oxycodone, that kind of thing. But the more of an opiate that you take to help as an agonist for your endorphins, then your body is going to eventually stop producing its own endorphins. So pretty much the big ones to know are serotonin, dopamine, and acetylcholine. These are going to be the big ones that you're going to get tested on. So know that acetylcholine is Alzheimer's. Know that dopamine is schizophrenia and Parkinson's. And serotonin is sleep, and that's also going to affect your mood. And like I said, those are the big three that you really need to make sure that you know for your test.